Okay, guys, my name's Bobby Deskins. I am the chief meteorologist at a Tampa, Florida CBS affiliate. And I've got some friends that are stationed out in Okinawa that reached out to me on Facebook that mentioned about how they're watching this tropical storm heading their way and they didn't have a whole lot of information. So this is going to be just a really rough uh, bunch of data coming your way. I threw together as much as I could pretty quickly here. It's what we're talking about, 12:30 a.m. Friday morning, East Coast time in the United States. You guys are 13 hours ahead of us. um, so, anyways, I just wanted to throw this out there and help you guys out as much as possible. I started my career in Eastern North Carolina. I am a big fan of the military. I am very proud of what you guys do. I really appreciate what you women and men do and the sacrifices that you make away from your family, especially all the way over there in Okinawa. We know it's a long way from home for many of you, and we really appreciate everything that you're doing. So, got that out of the way. Let's talk a little bit of weather real fast, and then I'm going to post this on my Facebook page, just a video, and please share it with your friends around base, around that area. And you can post comments. I'll be checking those. I'm going to go to sleep for a while. I'll come back up. I'll check those. Bottom line now, Tropical Storm Tapah, I'm not even exactly sure how to pronounce it. I don't think is going to be a major deal for you guys. I think it's mainly tropical storm force winds for you. And we're likely looking at winds less than 60 miles per hour. Now, there will be some gusts up in that range, but sustained winds likely to be in the 40s to maybe 50 with some gusts in the 60s to maybe 70 right along the immediate coast. So let's talk about it right now. There it is. You can see the storm now is about 218 miles south of Okinawa. Okay, nautical miles south of Okinawa. So here we are. What I've done here is I've added this single red line here. That is the center line from the Joint Typhoon Weather Center, where they think it's going to go. Now, it's going to go a little bit different than this, but not by too much. That kind of gives you an idea of how it just kind of skirts by Okinawa. You can see, you've seen those rains coming through, those rain bands. Now, when those come through, you'll get those heavy downpours and you'll get the gustier winds. Now, the wind's been picking up, steadily wind, but when those rain gusts come through, when those rain downpours come through, you will get the heavier gusts. Okay, and if I have measured this, the track is going to be. Oh, let me zoom out here a little bit. Got the wrong tool. If it goes right along this center line, I mean it's going to be, 145, something like that, 145 miles, 150 miles west of you. That would be the center, and that would be where the highest winds are. It's about 140 miles. Okay. Tropical storm force winds really don't even go out that far, or they do, but the winds that are 60 miles per hour or higher, they don't really even go out that far. So here's the latest update as of 3Z. In fact, I did all of this in just UTC just to make it easier for everybody. I hope that works for everybody. But that way all the time matches along with these barcodes that you see here. So 12Z Friday. You can see we've got 60 mile per hour winds. So right now it's at 50 mile per hour, and the forecast calls for it to strengthen. But again, those highest winds are going to be right around the center and to the south of the center, and maybe a little to the east. I think they will come around to the east and northeast. But you can see by Saturday 0Z, as we're getting into Friday evening, we're talking about 65 mile per hour winds. And then as we get into Saturday 12Z, it's increasing winds to 70 miles per hour. So as it's moving by Okinawa, it will be increasing in intensity. But again, those highest winds will stay out near the center track of the storm. That cone, this cone of uncertainty, essentially means the center can go anywhere in there. Doesn't mean the storm effects, okay? It means the center. Then it is headed up towards the Hiroshima area after 0Z Sunday, but before 0Z on Monday. So it'll go down probably about 12Z Sunday for the Hiroshima area. Now, this is the European model. You can see the rain bands that have been coming through now. I mean, this is kind of a rough view of it. By the time we get to 5Z on Saturday, it's going to get probably some of the heaviest rain that you're going to get. And some of the highest winds as well, too. And I'll show you another model with some numbers. 14Z still on Saturday. But then as we get into about 23Z, at the end of Saturday, we're all going to start looking at things getting a little bit better. Still some rain bands coming through. The wind's going to go from the southeast. Well, it's going to go from the east to the southeast to the south and the southwest as it goes by. I think the highest winds will be coming in from the southeast and the south as it goes by, okay? And then it's out of there. So you can see, we're fine really by early on Sunday, or 0Z Sunday. This is a little more high resolution model, and the numbers in the upper right hand corner, that's the temperature in Fahrenheit and the winds in miles per hour. So sustained winds later today, you know, we're talking 33 miles per hour. Now watch what happens as we go through later into about 22Z on Friday. That's about when we'll see some of the highest winds, and that's generally out of the south. All right, now especially when the higher bands come through. So that's sustained in the upper 40s to near 50. That's why I say you can add 15, maybe sometimes 20 miles per hour on top of that for some short-lived gusts. Okay, but sustained winds 40 to 50 miles per hour. Then as we get in towards 12Z on Saturday, we're down into the lower 40s, and then after that, pushing towards 23Z Saturday, winds are starting to really come down, sustained in the 20s, and continuing to improve as we move through into Sunday as well. So it's a glancing blow, if you will. You are on the right side. You will get more of the weather, more of the rain associated with this. There's some shear, and I'll go back and look at the satellite here for you in just a little bit. But there's some shear, and it's acting like it's going to get its act together. I think it's going to shape up a little bit better now. This is a great graphic. This kind of tells you what types of wind to expect and shows you the wind field associated with this tropical storm. So the yellow is 40 mile per hour winds, maybe a little bit higher than that. The orange is 60 mile per hour winds, essentially it's 58. Okay, so I think those winds, 60 plus, sustain now, stay offshore, and that's what this forecast is calling for. That's 23Z on Friday, that's 8Z Saturday. You can see they're well offshore to the west, still seeing tropical storm force winds. And then as we get into, let's go about 18, 19Z on Saturday, the winds will drop down out of that tropical storm force. So this is a Saturday issue, okay? So that's where we're at right now. Let me put you back here to the satellite and radar, just kind of give you a look before I end this video. I hope you guys do well. I think everybody will be fine, but I just wanted to get you some extra information in case you didn't have anything that I was able to provide you here. But yeah, you got a little bit of a tropical storm coming through, nothing big. We had Dorian was Cat 5, hit the Bahamas in Great Abaco a few weeks ago. Incredible damage there. We just had Umberto go by Bermuda. It wasn't too bad for them. That's in the Atlantic Basin, of course, north of Bermuda. And then also in the Atlantic Basin, we have Jerry as a hurricane, which looks like it's going to recurve, but that could hit Bermuda as well, too. So tropics have been fairly active stateside in the Atlantic Basin, and now you guys got this. Again, thank you for your service. I really appreciate it, and I hope I was able to help you guys out just a little bit.